Hi, everybody. It's Darcyjusten. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. And I hope that you will subscribe. And if you are following me, thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you came back. And I hope that some of these things can bring some value into your life, into your midlife. So, I hope you're having a great summer. Mine has been fun. I just got back from Kelly's Island, which is in the middle of Lake Erie, and my husband's family goes there. Uh, has been going there for years, and we go there every summer. So anyway, lots of family, lots of kids, good times. Um, Very, very nice to reset myself and some of my thinking and come back. So anyway, um, I have been getting so many comments and questions about dating, which I think is really funny because I'm married. Anyway, I'm not dating anytime soon. I'm sure my husband would like for me to say that. But a lot of my clients are, a lot of midlife ladies are. They're divorced or they're widowed. So many things can turn our lives upside down. And they're dating. Maybe they're dating for the first time. Maybe they're dating again. And so I did about three or four topics on dating. So if you're in that spot right now, that might be helpful for you. They're all centered around women 50 plus, dating, how to guard your heart, first dates, and how to find love. So, anyway, you will find those below. So, feel free to look any of those up. Um, so, today we're going to talk about your first date and what does that look like? And are there some do's and don'ts on your first date? And this means a little bit more, I guess, if you haven't been dating, is in particular, if you haven't been out there dating, or if you just started sort of back into the dating world. Um, but also, if you are dating on a regular basis, are things going well for you, or maybe not like you would like for them to go? So, anyway, let's talk a little bit about the first date and what that kind of looks like. Dating over 50. So I think one of the most important things is just do a slight little mental check-in and are you ready? And the reason I ask you that is because a lot of times we come from a place of lack or a place of need, and so we think someone else is going to make us feel better. And the reason I know this is because I have been in that situation myself. So I'm not pointing any fingers. I have certainly done that myself. But it's not a very good place to be if you want to start dating or if you're dating. So first check in with you. And are you mentally and physically up for dating? And you may say, I just want to meet some nice people. I'm not really interested in this and this and this. But I can tell you from experience, a lot of my clients say, yeah, I didn't really want to meet him, but I met him and he was the guy. So just know, even though you might want to just go and date people for friends or on a friendly basis, that can turn into something else. And are you ready for that? And I have a whole nother video on dating after divorce and trauma because that is very specific. So, um, are you ready? That's a good question. The next thing is, are you ready to look your best? So the next tip is on a first date, wear something that really is authentically you. If you never wear makeup, don't put makeup on. If you um, like wearing things that are a little bit more flirty, then wear that. But I've heard men complain, oh my gosh, on her profile, she looked like this, and then I met her in person and she was that. And that can really put people off. So keep everything very truthful, very real, very authentic. And you're way ahead of the game if you do that, because you need to make sure that you're presenting yourself the way that you truly are. I had a friend, and on her online dating profile, she was on a horse and looked very equestrian, and she looked beautiful, but she didn't even own a horse. So, you know, it was just kind of a photo shoot thing. I kind of gave the wrong impression. So that's really important. And I'm not going to talk about online dating in any of this because that's a whole nother world. But when you go to date, have a few really cute little outfits. If you like wearing skirts, if you like wearing pants, have a few things set up, have two or three set up. And so that you feel really comfortable, you feel really good in them. You already know what you want to wear, because that can cause a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. Somebody asks you out, you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. So most of everything that you read will say be fun, be a little flirty, but don't be too revealing, because that is going to send the wrong message. If, these are out here, kind of sends the wrong message. So I wouldn't do that personally, and I would caution you from being too revealing or too in your appearance. So find a way that you like to wear your hair, find a way that you like to wear makeup or not makeup, and um, I think that it's really important that you're you and that you dress like you. The other tip on a first date is make sure that you do not bring your baggage. Don't bring your backpack with you with all of your shit in it. Okay? This is about being ready to date. Nobody wants to hear that you just lost your job on a first date. Nobody wants to hear your woes. Nobody wants to hear your financial problems on a first date. This is all about making a good impression. This is all about laying really low and being really cool, okay? Because that's where your curiosity is going to come in. If you start spilling about your adult children or your parents, or I'm sorry, that's all baggage. It may be your life and where you are now, but you don't know this person well enough to unload your baggage onto them. So make it fun, upbeat, curious. Um, Leave the baggage at home on the first date. So a lot of people say, what do I do? What do I say? And again, stay curious, stay open. And it is good to ask a few questions that you may already have prepared. So what a lot of men say is that women want to drill them on the first date to find out whether or not they're worthy. So if you are a CEO or you own your own company and you're sort of like an alpha male during the day, or you have a lot of masculine energy, you need to park that a little bit when you go on your first date. That can come off really too intense and too much. So I am a very strong personality. I am definitely type A, but there are places where you need to park that at the door. It's not going to go over as well. So if you want him to be relaxed and fun and interested in you, then you need to be relaxed and fun and curious about him. So what kind of questions are good questions to ask? Hey, what are you watching on TV right now? That's a great question. Tells you a little bit about what his interests are, what he's doing, how does he spend his time. Hey, what's your favorite restaurant? So ask questions that are not overly personal, but can get some conversations going. It could be as simple as what's your favorite song? What kind of music do you like? What kind of vacations do you like to go on? But again, keep it light and fun, not like you're interrogating this guy, okay? You can do the background check later, but don't do it on the first date, all right? Hopefully, you've already kind of figured out that this is somebody you want to go on a date with, or coffee, or lunch, or whatever. I used to always make my first date only lunch or only coffee. I would never go on a first date out at night and when I was drinking. I always thought that that put me in a situation that I did not want to be in. So that's my little personal tip is do it during the day, have coffee, have lunch, and see where it goes. Okay, going back to the questions. Are you a morning person? Do you work out? These are all kind of fun, lighter questions that really can open up the conversation. A lot of people like to talk about history, so you can talk about maybe something that happened, if it's around a particular holiday. A lot of men like to talk about history and events and things like that. I would not ask them who they voted for. No, 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 no. Probably don't want to go there. I would not ask them questions that will make them think you want to know about their finances. Okay, that is a huge no-no. And a lot of women are like, oh, so, my friend Bob has a second home. Do you have a second home? Oh my gosh, don't do that. That's so not nice. So stay curious, stay interested, and if he wants to tell you he's a gazillionaire, for instance, then let him. But that's not your job to figure that out. Um, Family questions are not usually going to go well. He could be really close to his family. He could be not have a good relationship with his family. So I would stay away from things that could shut him down. Okay? Relationships in the past, you do not want to go there. If he wants to tell you who's married before, he'll tell you. Money, family, politics, these are all things that could shut someone down, and you never, ever really get a chance to get to know him. And that would be sad. So, the last thing that I want to bring up on a first date is don't be afraid if you really hit it off with this person. Um, do be very cautious of instant chemistry. That can lead to instant sex and sex on the first date. And depending where you are, you may or may not be wanting that or needing that. So I caution you when you have instant chemistry and it feels fabulous. Don't get me wrong. But be careful because things can go in a certain direction you may not be ready for up here. You might be ready for it somewhere else on your body, but you might not be ready for it mentally. So be careful about that. But don't be afraid to let him know that you would like to see him again. A lot of women nowadays don't think that men should buy them dinner. I disagree. If he wants to buy dinner, let him buy dinner. Maybe you buy drinks before dinner, split it up a little bit. I think men love it when a woman gets her wallet out. So you can say, can we split it? Can I buy the drinks before dinner or whatever the situation is? But I always think, and what I hear is from men, is that they like that. It shows them they're not dating a princess. They're not getting, a prima donna. So, but if he does want to buy you dinner, I always let them buy me dinner. And one thing that's very important when you leave, make sure your text message is, thank you so much for buying me dinner. Most men want to be around a woman that appreciates them and that is grateful. So if he does buy you dinner, don't be nasty, be nice and say thank you, whether or not you're interested in pursuing it with him or not. Always make sure that you say thank you for buying me dinner because that will go a long way for him and for you. And don't be afraid to, if it is a good connection to say, wow, I'd love to see you again. Watch all the texting, watch all of the online stuff. It can be a little dangerous sometimes, so be careful. Make sure if you say, I'd really like to see you again, and they don't play with you on texting for a month, that doesn't work. Just remember that. They're playing with you. So a date is a date. Emailing is not a date. Texting is not a date. All right, this is Captain Obvious, but I can't tell you how many women have gone like, well, he's texting me all the time. Okay, have you been on a second date? No. Ooh, okay, that isn't a date. So don't get caught up in the emailing and the texting and all of the online stuff, Facebook, whatever. It's not a date unless one of you or both of you asks the other one out and you actually go on a date. All right? So those are my tips for a first date. Always remember, as hard as it is, as much as you might like him, do not appear needy. It's not attractive to men. And if they find it attractive, it's not the kind of man that you want to date. So stay cool, stay calm, stay open, stay curious. No matter what they say, if you have 5 cats and they say, wow, I really don't like cats, stay calm, stay cool, listen, listen more than you talk, and get to know them and be curious and see if you want to have this person in your life. It's really not about if they want to ask you out again. It's really about, do you want to be with this person again? And that is the beauty of dating in your 50s, because you get to decide. You're not at home waiting for them to call you because you have a lot of stuff going on, and they can call you or not call you. It doesn't matter, because we are at the most fabulous age we could ever be. All right. I hope you enjoy your first date. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell. You'll be notified when I have more videos. And if you want more videos on dating, let me know. I think it is so fun. All right. I hope you have a great day. Bye, loves.